everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a kit up and chat. It's the first one of the year. Well, it's for my first WIP and Chat of the year in general. I am going to kit up this beauty. It's Coastal Lighthouse by the company Art Dot. It's a square, and I unboxed this actually yesterday. So yeah, first off, I hope you're all doing good. Hope you had a good holiday season, whatever that might look like for you. I'm going to talk about all the crazy shenanigans my family got up to during the holidays in a little bit. But yeah, I also wish you all the very best for this year 2026, and yeah, hope it might bring you all the good that you hoped for, and lots of craftiness and all the good stuff. So yeah, I am going to just kit up this kit, ramble, and see how far we get with everything. So I have these small stickers. I'm hoping that I'm a bit in view. Not quite. Need to be a little bit more in view, but I just have these little stickers and I'm just going to put them on there and everything. I am going to grab my dryer sheet, so hold on for a second. I'm just going to walk around my camera. That's a good thing of a small house. Everything is within reach, as long as it's on the same floor. This is my little container of dryer squares, so in case I need it, because with unboxing it yesterday, I do remember all of a sudden that like I was thinking that it had a lot of static in some colors, so better be prepared. And it looks like it has. So opening it up, I'm just going to put it in here and shake the living daylights out of it. And then pour everything in the container, dryer sheet included. And ta-da! Simple as that. And I'm just going to throw the trash right behind the camera for now and see how everything goes. So yeah, I am not sure where I left off the last time, since it's about a month. Since, yeah, I told you last time, like, not feeling the greatest doesn't help, but also like I feel like I'm a bit doing videos for like just myself. So I have a feeling like there's not much interaction, so that's still true. Like, not a lot of viewers, not a lot of reactions and everything. So I'm very grateful for everybody that does watch the videos. I am not planning on stopping, at least not yet. You never know what the year brings, but so far I'm not planning on quitting, but yeah, at times it's just annoying. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure where I left off, as I said, so I'm just going to try to remember where I left off. Not sure if I told you about the cats and my own doctor's appointments, how everything went. Thankfully, we're all good. I needed to have some blood drawn, and yeah, everything came out okay, so that's good. That's always good. The cats also needed to have their blood drawn, but they were not really cooperative of that. So the vet, well, we basically needed to sedate them a little bit. It's like a little bit of a, well, it's just a liquid that you put in their mouth and it just doses them a little bit. So they're a little bit sleepy. So that worked. We also gave them that for New Year's Eve so that they were not as frightened of the fireworks. The vet told us that we could do that, so that's a good way to also like use up medication that you have, because it's like not a one-time use thing. It's a little bit more in the container, so it was just a good amount to give him for New Year's as well. So that was nice. Let's see, will everything come out? Also, I hope the lighting is a bit okay. But yeah, it has been snowing the past couple of days. So yeah, it's a bit white outside. Probably by the end of this week it's already gone again, but oh well, that's the Netherlands for you. We get snow every year. Well, I think a drill flew off somewhere. But yeah, we get snow every year, but every year the entire Netherlands acts like nobody has seen snow before. I have no clue, but it's just how it is. But I do need to say we're in the south and we are actually at the point where it snowed the least. Because I know like at the other side of the country there are people that are like almost snowed in. So for those I can understand that they're like, snow, what the heck should I do with this? But yeah, here it's not that bad. It's a bit slippery, yes, a couple of places, but it's not too terribly bad. Most of the roads are fine to drive on, even like in our own area. It's like almost all the roads are, well, maintained. So they are like, not all have had a snow shovel, but at least most of them have been hit with the salts. So yeah. But oh well. So I do actually think I talked about Sinterklaas in the last quote-unquote episode. So I'm going to skip that. If I forgot, well, sorry. So we're going to start off with the Christmas stuff. So I have been quite busy around Christmas because, yeah, the kids had a lunch at school. Husband had lunch at work where everybody could take stuff like, my sticker sheet is flying. Where they could like take stuff in and have like a potluck kind of style. And our daughter's classroom could still use some stuff. Our sons had enough, so I didn't make anything for that. But I made like a dessert, like one was a banana with speculoos. And the other one was a stroopwafel. So yeah, apparently it was not eaten that much as I thought, but oh well, it's something. Well, as much as I anticipated, but there was a lot. When I came in school to bring it, there was just an absolute buttload of stuff. It was insane. It was really insane. But yeah, the kids enjoyed themselves in the meantime. Well, beforehand I was on the school for doing like the fruits and stuff, because it wasn't a Thursday, because they had Friday off. So they had their early vacation. So I was in school first for the fruits and everything. Then I went to home for like fixing up everything. Husband had stuffed mushrooms, so I needed to pre-bake them, bring them to him, then afterwards bring stuff to school, and so yeah, that kept me busy for basically the most of the morning. Afterwards I did clean out the room where we do like the fruits and vegetables and stuff, and where it's stored, so that would all be in order for the vacation, so it wouldn't be like messy and everything. So that was all clean. So that is basically where I spent my school day, in school. Afterwards, when I was totally done, we had like 1 hour left, so I basically just went to my son's class and I'm like, hey, could you use some help here? And afterwards, because they were also going home a little bit early, we just went home and had a vacation time. I do need to say vacation went pretty good. Not too much temper tantrums from both kids. even though like they're a bit bouncy with the holidays, but we try to keep them busy. They obviously got a lot of new stuff for Christmas, but we also did a new like reward system for the kids. So far it works, but yeah, the last couple of days they are a little bit misbehaving again. They are still kids. But they basically have like magnets, each their own, and we have like a numbering system. Actually on our heater, well, radiator, that's like basically like a big iron plate with where the heating system goes through. So yeah, you can put magnets on it. So that's where, basically that's our magnet board. Excuse me. But yeah, so we each has their own magnet, and if they at least behaved enough that day, well, the day before, they can put their magnet, a number down, and if they reach the bottom, they reach 0, they get a small little reward. Our daughter got a kitty corn last time, and our son got one of these like dinosaur building balls kind of contraptions. What are they called? I have them somewhat within reach. These. Like, it's from Zuru. They also are the makers of kitty corns and everything. These are the Dino Mix and Match. You can just like mix everything up, and they're really cool. But yeah, he has now, so far he has 1. So he now still needs 8 more days, because it doesn't need to be every day. It can take a while. And then he gets probably the second one, so. And then most likely we'll wait a bit until it's like another crazy period where we're like, okay, it's going a little bit haywire. Try to contain yourself again. But we'll see how everything goes. Excuse me. But as far as Christmas itself went, we have here in the Netherlands like basically 3 days of Christmas. We have Christmas Eve, which isn't too terribly big here, but it's a good excuse for extra days. But we had Christmas Eve with the in-laws. They did the gifts there. Was a whole lot of mess, but it ended up that they wanted to do a gift for the kids, even though we were like, they do get enough stuff, so it's not necessary, but oh well. They wanted it, so yeah. Fine by me. Okay, going to need to see if this fits in the small container first. Then, let's think. Okay, dry sheet. But yeah, then the kids got a lot of gifts as per usual. So they were happy. We had just very general, like a good time with like the in-laws. Christmas Day itself, like the first day of Christmas, we just didn't do too terribly much for Christmas this year. We didn't also do like fancy dinners or anything, like at home at least. So it was basically a regular day. But we went to go to Gaia Zoo, which we actually got New Year tickets for. We renewed our year passes. So we still have like, I think we renewed it when we had like 4 months left, but there was an extra deal. So we took it. So we went there on Christmas because it was quiet. We could like, at like the register, we could directly like renew our passes because it has the end date on it, and we were with the 4 of us, so we're like, we're going to directly do this, so we are not like missing one person that we need to do later and create a whole mess that way. So yeah, we also got like a little extra gift because we got 2 extra parking tickets. So we were happy with that, obviously, because yeah, that's like the only thing we basically pay for still, the parking. But yeah, if you don't have like a year pass, you would pay €8. If you have a year pass, you pay 6. And if you buy like a card that you can park 10 times with, you pay 4. So that's always nice. Yeah, now we got 2 parking tickets for free, which is obviously nice. So yeah, we can park 2 extra times. So next time we go, or the time after, we do need to get new parking tickets. But yeah, at least it saved us a little bit, so that's nice. But yeah, so we went to the zoo, walked around, let the kids play in the indoor play area and everything. So we could warm up a little bit, because it was decently cold. I'm pretty sure a lot of you will have a lot colder weather in the winter, but yeah, for Netherlands, like around freezing is cold. Yeah, so far it's not too... This year has not been off to a great start. It's not too terribly warm. It's doable, but it's not too terribly warm either. Thankfully. But yeah, it's warm enough that the snow keeps melting. So yeah, instead of having like one thick blanket, we have like a day that there falls like a few centimeters. Then that, by the time that's all thawed away, we get another few, and it's all like that. So at least here in our area, like there are areas that there's a lot more. You know, like our neighbor was saying, like she has family like a little bit more south in the Netherlands. We're not a little big part down, but there is a little bit more, like hill-wise, a little bit more south. And they got like 10 centimeters of snow or something like over the weekend. But yeah, we just got a few, but it's enough for the kids to play in. Thankfully, we can also still drive and everything, so that's good. But yeah, back to what I was saying, because as per usual, I'm all over the place, but might not be as bad for you, but for me, it feels like I'm all over the place. But, so, yeah, Christmas. Spent just some time at the zoo, had some quiet time. Kids have been staying up extra late in vacation, obviously, so they were nice and, well, tired. So, like, most of the times they slept in kind of late. They are now not too terribly excited that they do need to get up early again to go to school. So maybe in the weekend they will sleep in a bit more, hopefully. But we'll see. So the second day of Christmas, we actually went to my parents'. We had dinner there. We did a mini wokken, which is basically like having like a thing on the table that you can put like 2 cast iron pans in, like 2 little small woks, and you can each make your own stuff. With how the kids were like, we were like, okay, we're going to cook for you, but you can decide whatever you want in it. You okay, cat? Hold on, do need to check if she's not thrown up, because she's on the carpet now, so hold on. Okay, and I'm back, we're good. Quickly drinking my tea. Before it's too cold. Because with this weather, a little bit of warm tea is nice. Even though I still own a short sleeve t-shirt inside, but yeah, it looks so cold, so it's nice and cozy to have some warm drinks. And yeah, if I shouldn't take the kids from school in like well, it's a couple of hours, it's still morning, but like if I shouldn't do that today, I would be in my PJs and just snuggled up on the couch. Pre-kids me would have done that, but oh well. But yeah, so we were at my parents', we eat there, had a fun time, kids could play around outside. Thankfully there it's a little bit more flat than it's here, so our daughter could ride a bike again. Because, yeah, our garden isn't too terribly big and like half of it we can't use, so yeah. And my parents' garden is like fully flat. It's kind of big, so that also helps. And yeah. So the kids were entertained, basically. Afterwards, we went back home. Kids could like watch like a few minutes of TV, so they could like get in their usual bedtime routine of like watching a little bit of TV before going to bed. So they enjoyed themselves the day after. We just had a regular day. I do think husband and I worked on the attic for a bit that day. We're almost finished with the floor. It is that we're on Sunday this week. We're like, no, not going to do it. Just we're not in the mood. But I think like 1, maybe 2 more times working on the attic for a couple of hours, and then the floor should be in. It's also depending now a bit on like how everything wants to cooperate, because it's a whole mess. But yeah, we have these laminate floors. It looks like tiles, so we are also needing to make sure that like they line up and everything. But now we start working on them from this side, but we now are at the end, so we need to smack them in place from the other side, and that's not really easy to do because you're like going right against how everything feels it should be. So that's not the easiest, and we need to like cut a lot of it. Because, yeah, we're at the ends. It's not the easy place, but oh well. That's the downside of having a room that's like strangely directed in every direction you can get. It's messy. But oh well, we'll get there. Now we need to do like all the side trimming, however you want to call it. And if we've done that, I think we have done most of it. But so I hope that we can this weekend do the last of the flooring, so we can bring what we have left over back to the store, so we get some money back. Well, basically we can exchange it for like the edges of the floor and everything, the sideboards. We then can put the heating system in, because it's cold up there. But yeah, we're not much there now, so we're just going to open the door so the cold gets out a bit. But it's good enough to do. It's like not like freezing there, but it's cold. So we worked on that for a bit. We basically did like, I think, half to 3/4 of the room like in the vacation, so we did pretty well. But yeah, since we also have like the kids at home when we work on it, because if we have the kids away, we just want to have some peace and quiet. It's not that it's like, oh, it's the last little bit, if we keep working, it's just done. No, it's not that way, sadly. So then we take like a little bit of time for ourselves to take a breather and like reload the batteries, so to speak. So it's most of the times also like we can just work on it for a couple of hours, because yeah, the kids are in the meantime at home and they don't always play ball when we need to do stuff. They're still kids. It's annoying, but oh well. Ah. So yeah, every time that we work on the attic, it's most of the times like 2 hours maximum. But yeah, we're pretty close to being done with the floors at least. So I hope we can finish it this week, then change everything around next week. Maybe start with a little bit of it, or at least like hang up the heater and stuff. But that's also depending on how everything plans out, because yeah, that's also a thing, like planning and everything. There's more to do. So yeah, hopefully fingers crossed that will work along, but at least like by the next WIP and Chat, like next month, I hope that I can at least like inform you that the floor is done. But yeah, if we do this week the finishing of the floor, next week we can do like change everything. Also, we have a little bit of woodwork that we need to buy, but that needs to like lay in the room for like about a week. So we can do that. Yeah, we can't do much in the meantime. Well, we can do like the rest where like we don't need to do woodwork and everything. We can put it in the heater. But yeah, so it's all a bit of whatever. But yeah, hopefully it moves along soon. But that, great, it falls over. But thankfully the kids are not too fussy with the fact that they need to sleep in the same room at the moment. At least they have a decent sized bed both, so it's something. They might not be too terribly happy with it, but tough luck. Can't do everything in a few minutes, sadly. But we told them that, like, if you don't want to play together upstairs for like a couple of hours, we can't do more than a couple of hours. So yeah, it's also up to you. Yeah, let's see, what did we do afterwards? Well, on the Sunday after Christmas, my aunt and uncle had like a little get-together, family get-together. Well, one of my uncles and my nephew were not, well, my cousin, sorry, were not able to come because my cousin and his wife recently bought their new, their first house. So they're in the process of moving and they need to do some stuff and everything. So yeah, they are busy with that. Excuse me. So yeah. But yeah, so it ended up being basically my aunt and uncle, their 2 kids, so my 2 cousins, and my parents, me, husband, and both our kids. But what the kids didn't know is that afterwards, because yeah, they both live like not in between our parents, but like on the way to our parents. It's closer to my parents than to me, but they are on the way. So we arranged with my parents that afterwards we would drive to my parents' house, drop the kids there off to sleep over for 2 nights, so that we could like basically have a little space and breathing space to like get everything figured out and get a little bit of a breather after Christmas, because yeah, the kids can be a lot. They're kids, but yeah. So that was that. The kids didn't know before because husband in the morning took the kids to the grocery store and on a little walk, so they had something to do. In the meantime, I packed the suitcases and dropped it in the car, so they didn't know. So when we went, we're like, okay, we need to do one more stop, and then we go. They didn't anticipate like the we being husband and me, not them, but they were pleasantly surprised. So because it was almost evening, we didn't do too terribly much. It was thankfully just early enough that we could still go out to dinner. So that was nice. Went to our usual sushi place. We still have another one that we want to test, but at the same time, like, do we want to test it if it has like basically the same food as the other place? But at the place we normally go to, we at least know the quality. So we're like, bit of iffing and awing, and in the end we just decided to just go to a regular spot just because we know it's good. Never change a winning team. Afterwards we had a lazy couch evening. We started a rewatch of Percy Jackson, the series, because it was already like a year and a half ago that we watched the first season. I was like, maybe that's a smart idea to look that up and see the first season again, because I can watch a series today and then totally forget that what I saw and just rewatch it next week and be like, oh, did this happen? Obviously, some parts I do remember, but yeah. It's still entertaining. We have now watched the first episode of the second season. Watched that last week, I believe. Now we can watch like a little bit every week and then we can just keep going along. I think this one will be staticky. So far the colors are kind of small, which isn't too bad. I had a few like, I'm not sure if they would fit in like the smaller container, but so far it all fits. So I'm not going to grab bigger containers than necessary. Because yeah, when I diamond paint for a bit, they will get emptier, so yeah. Yeah, so in the evening of the Sunday, we just watched some Percy Jackson. On Monday, we slept in. I actually slept in really late. I didn't anticipate me sleeping until almost 10 o'clock. But it was nice. It was really nice. So I'm not complaining. Afterwards, we ended up going to our next city over that we're not always going to. Just to like look around for a bit and basically to have something to do. I don't think we bought that terribly much, but we had lunch there. Was good. We didn't do too terribly much. We went afterwards. We went to the Sligo, which is a like not a supermarket, but it's like for restaurants and stuff. I owned a thrift store with my dad, like by now 15 years ago. So I still have my card to get in. They don't take in those cards because, let's be honest, for them it's money. Hey, I have my first color that I have 2 bags of. Okay, we're going to take this one off. Put it on here. Yeah, so we went there. It's every now and then it's fun to go there, but I wanted to see if they have like my coffee syrups that I use. I always use the coffee syrups from the brand Le Monin. It's the French brand and they are really tasty. There are a few that aren't my taste, but that's fair. That's like, you can't like 20 different styles all, so. Yeah, they are, because they are a bigger store and they are like restaurant stores, they most of the times also have like bulk packaging. So I could grab like the bigger packaging of these bottles. So instead of me having bottles of like 25 centiliters, I had them like 75 and some even a liter. Yes, you pay a lot, but still like for some flavors. I had recently bought like in a garden center, I bought from the same brand a 25 centiliters bottle of chocolate flavored coffee syrup, and I paid, it was like retail price. Thankfully it was a little on sale, but like retail price was like €8 something, 8.80 I believe, around that time. So say for easy, say 8.50. Well, you know what? Make €8 out of it. Well, the 75 centiliters bottle was like €12. So that's 3 times the size. So well, 3 times the amount for like 1.5 of the bottles. So it's like, yeah, it would be crazy if I wouldn't. And my husband was like totally agreeing with me, so we're both like, okay, if the amount we use is big enough for us to get like bulk, we're going to get bulk. Unless like the small packaging is on sale and the bulk isn't. But yeah, I now have a few big bottles of these flavorings and I love it. But yeah, now I can just grab my regular coffee and just put some flavoring in it, and I don't need to have extra fancy coffee because I can make it myself. I was already telling to my husband, like, you know what, if our coffee machine breaks, I potentially want like one of these like restaurant things. Well, I do know you have them like consumer version as well, but like one of those coffee machines that you can like basically like put a packet of milk in and just make basically everything. Because I know at the Subway where I worked at, we had like one of these machines that you can like literally put packets of milk in and just put like a little tube in there to basically like get the milk in your coffee, and that way make like cappuccinos and lattes and everything, and then work with coffee beans. So I'm basically debating to do that, but I hope our coffee machine will work for a couple more years, because yes, it is kind of not like old, but it's a decent age. But also coffee machines are not the cheapest. I would rather have like a coffee machine that have it fail when we don't have like too terribly much of any amount of like pads and everything. Because we now have a coffee pad machine. So yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I now have my nice flavorings and everything, so I can make my good coffees. I do believe I heard my laundry machine, so I'm quickly going to go to the basement. So give me a few seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Quickly got myself a new cup of tea as well, so I can have that cool a little bit. Because, yeah, I'm not one to drink like really hot beverages, so... So after we went for a little bit of shopping, we decided that we went out for dinner as well the evening, because we're like, you know what, it's not that we do this every month. Most of the times, because end of this month we are going to do that probably again, but it gave us something to do, and it was right in between Christmas and New Year, so we're like, probably it's not too terribly busy, which it wasn't. So we went to our local steakhouse. They have great food, so we're happy. And it isn't like too terribly expensive. Obviously, it's a restaurant, so it's not as cheap as you would make it at home. But it's also different than when you make it at home. It's not, they make stuff, it's like nothing fancy. It's like a, Balkan, what is it? Like Eastern slash Southeastern cuisine. It's like it's called after the region where both of the owners are coming from originally. It's the area of Dalmatia. So that, give or take that area. And yeah, it's just really good food. It's really good. Come on. After that, we watched some more Percy Jackson, words. And yeah, basically just had a relaxing evening. The day after, we didn't do too terribly much. We also needed to pick up the kids again. So we did, oh yeah, we went to Roermond. I was thinking, like, we did go to a different city this time. So we went to the city of Roermond just to have something different, and it's on the way to my parents. We have been debating on going there for a bit. It's not that we're like waiting terribly long to go there, but we were already debating it for a little bit. We're like, you know what? They are open on Sunday, so why not go when we need to pick up the kids on Sunday? So then we're like halfway there already. Excuse me. We were lucky, actually, because when we got there to park, earlier we wanted to go to the designer outlet, because they have like an outlet there. It's, I believe, like one of the bigger ones in the Netherlands even. It looks really pretty, but it was busy. It was so busy, that was almost like no fun. Ooh, that's a big amount. We'll need to see if this fits, otherwise I need to grab the first bigger container. We'll see if we can make it fit, so hold on. Don't think we can make this fit, but first I'm just going to take everything out. No, this will not fit. There's a little mountain on top here. So we're just going to put it in a bigger container. It's that simple. But yeah, so we looked up the day before like what like parking wise would be the best, because I do know that earlier if you would park on like the designer outlet at a certain place, it wouldn't be too terribly expensive. We looked around a little bit more. We found a different parking spot that was actually like in between the outlet and basically like the city of Roermond itself. So we wanted to park there, but when we came there was somebody from the parking like saying to people like go on, because there was something like with the parking machine. So yeah, we went through, parked the car, went to like the little office they have there. Like, hey, how is it with like parking today? Like, do we need to grab a receipt here or something? And they're all, well, parking today is free. So we're like, yay! That saved us like $6. So obviously we were happy with that. Yeah, we went to some stores that we don't have like close to us, like the little specialty game stores and everything, like board games and everything, because we like to play board games. But who went there? Ended up just browsing around a bit. Sadly, it was still like kind of busy, so it wasn't the city to go to like in Christmas vacation time. But it was still fun to go. We have been there before, so it's not that it's like a new city to us. Excuse me. But it's not a city we go to like every couple of weeks. But it was still fun. Afterwards, went to pick up the kids. As always, on the way back home, we went to McDonald's, because that's basically like our go-to by this point in time. Excuse me. Yeah, afterwards we had Old Year's Day, as we would call it here. Oudejaarsdag. Didn't do again too terribly much fancies. We had just regular meals. I don't know what we did like entertainment wise with the kids. I do believe we did something, but I'm not entirely sure. Might also be that we worked on the attic for a little bit. And I think we did. And I had the kids just somewhat regular time to go to bed. We stayed up around like 11:30, 11:45. We took the kids out of bed so they could watch the fireworks and ring in the new year. We always get some kids champagne for them, got some bubbles for ourselves. Well, it's just a regular rosé kind of wine, but that's something we like, and it has bubbles, so it fits the theme. Excuse me. But yeah, so it was just a good evening. Thankfully, they had like a lot of good looking fireworks in our area, and not only for like the big loud bangs. As per usual, fireworks were like throughout the country like a big mess. But oh well, not much we can do about it. That's why I totally agree with if they like ban fireworks, because yeah, a lot of people go crazy. Sadly, it's also a lot of the illegal fireworks, and that you can't as easily hold down. But it's now the fact that like if they are or not going to do like an actual ban on the fireworks, like they also need to be able to like control it and everything, and that's the difficult part, because still there's a lot of illegal stuff coming in. It's a lot. But yeah, we're just going to see how everything works, and yeah, can't do much more about it. But yeah, we had a good time. Let's see, this side, that side, we need this side. So on New Year's Day, slept in, obviously. We went to the in-laws to wish them a happy new year and everything. The day after, which was on Friday, what did we do before? Yeah, we worked on the attic again, like slowly, bit by bit, plank by plank, we get there, but it takes a while. Some parts are not the easiest, so we're just going to do it slowly. Afterwards, it started to snow, so we're debating like if we needed to go to a birthday that like our from one of our cousins, well, nephews. Oh, this wasn't too bad. Can we fit it in a smaller one? I think we might. Yes, we can. But yeah, so we just basically were like, see and wait like how the snow is. Thankfully, it wasn't too terribly bad. We were just able to drive through it. So we went to a birthday. Afterwards, just put the kids to bed, have ourselves a regular evening. The day after, because it had snowed, and it should snow some more, we promised the kids that we would go to Gaia Zoo as soon as it would have snowed a bit, at least once this winter, because yeah, it has also something magical, a zoo with snow. So we did that, obviously. We promised, we do. Well, we promised, but we also said like, okay, if the road is too bad, we can't endanger ourselves just to go to the zoo. But thankfully, the roads were clear. We could see like what animals enjoyed the snow and everything. Once we were like a little into the park, it actually started snowing again, so the kids were really happy. It looked magical in the snow. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Saw the little red pandas again, because they were out and about. On Christmas they weren't, sadly. Yeah, their parents passed away, sadly, like a couple of months ago. So the baby red pandas were kept inside so they could monitor them better, because they were apparently having some kind of disease that the vets like couldn't do much about. So they were like monitoring the little ones better, so everything hopefully kept going well for the little ones. Thankfully, all went well, so the little ones survived. They're now about half of a year old, I believe. So yeah, we saw them again. They are like one of my favorite animals there. They're so stinking cute. Like especially like the baby ones. They're so small and cute, and Red pandas in general are just stinking cute. But yeah. Oh, these are also a bit staticky. But yeah, so Sunday we had a bit of a chill day. Because, yeah, snow. We weren't too excited to do a lot. Can I get it in that container? I think I need a bigger one. This one. But so yeah, the end of the vacation was in sight. Yeah, the kids are now back in school, finally. No, it's not that bad, but yeah. I'm happy to have the place back to myself during the day, so I can do like my cleaning and everything a little bit easier. I did do a lot of grocery shopping yesterday because I made like an entire like route I need to go. Because there were a lot of stores that had stuff that I needed, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it like in one big route. Do need to grab some non-food stuff from the Aldi tomorrow. Because they had like sushi stuff, but it like the non-food is only like on Wednesday, well from Wednesday, so I need to go tomorrow morning again. So hopefully tomorrow in the afternoon I can make some sushi with our daughter, so she has some sushi to take to school on Thursday. That was the word I was looking for, Thursday. I'm also taking like a lot of things like to make, well, I'm trying to make some fancy lunches. I'm trying to see if I can find somewhere like one of these lunch boxes that you can keep like cool stuff in, so that it's not like only like room temperature stuff, because the school they're at is like really hot during the day. It's like insane, but oh well. At least they are not freezing. And this one. Yeah, so I made like a big shopping route, but in the end I think like I saved quite a lot with not getting everything in one go. And I did manage to like drive a certain route that I basically like came by all the stores. Sadly, I wanted to have like a big bag of potatoes and they were just out. I like saw somebody with like 4 big bags of like 10 kilos of potatoes like leave right in front of my nose. I was like, oh dang it. But apparently yesterday afternoon they should have gotten new in, so I'm like hoping to get some probably tomorrow, but I do need to see, like might also be like the weekend or something. Because in the weekend the temperatures are better, so hopefully it's not as flipping cold. So yeah, the sushi stuff I can get like from route to school. So go directly after I dropped off the kids and then go to there and then go back home. Because that's walking distance. Lidl is also walking distance where I need to get the potatoes and everything. But the downside of that store is, well, of the groceries in general is, I want to have a 10 kilo bags of potato. I'm not going to drag that home because I need to go up the mountain. Well, up the molehill. But still, not planning on doing that. We're gonna fit? Yeah, we're going to see. Yeah, so planning to do a lot of like that kind of stuff. The vacation I also like somewhere made like bagels for the kids. So they were happy as well. So they have a big batch of bagels in the freezer that they can take to school with them. So they were happy. Basically like they have some bread with them. And then many times some few things of banana bread, whatever I decide to choose at that point in time. It's like either like donuts or bowls. Oh, I had some like candy canes and gingerbread man for like Christmas time. And like whatever I grab at that point in time, basically. Yeah, I'm trying to make a lot of different stuff. I do need to see, like, is there a way that I can like store sushi a bit longer so I can make like bulk batches and have our daughter take it like multiple times. But that's the thing I do need to look at. Because yeah, also like food safety is a thing. I'm not going to risk our kids' health. Yeah, it's a little bit of looking at like what is the smart thing to do. Yeah, yesterday afternoon I unboxed this kit, put it up on the channel quickly. Was a little bit late, at least the Dutch version, but at least the English was on time, like right away. That came by like just in time. It was that my computer was not working along with me, so I needed to basically have extra time to sort everything out. But oh well, it got done in the end, one way or another. We're going to get there. Already got that. So yeah, and today I have been doing this WIP and Chat. So I have been doing some household work as well, so I'm not fully doing nothing. Feels like it sometimes, but I do stuff. But yeah, in case you're worried, in case you're curious, I got this diamond painting from Art Dot, in case you haven't seen the unboxing. They gifted this one to me to share with you and see what I think. As I said in the unboxing yesterday, like I have been eyeballing Art Dot for longer. I have already been eyeing a couple of their kits, so I hope they are good in quality. But we'll see that in a couple of days when I work on it. If it's really bad, I'll see it probably today, but we'll see. I'm just going to put it there. And I'm not going to fuss. I'm going to grab a bigger container if I have it here. But yeah, so I got this from Art Dot. I will link the same link down in this video. It is a general link to the diamond paintings from Art Dot. And it is basically a link so they know like who all watches my videos, get interested in their products and takes a look and buys stuff. So the link that there is, that's not directly to this kit. As I said, like it's a general link to the diamond paintings. They don't have a big selection of diamond paintings, so it's not that they are like really like a huge selection. But they have a couple of landscapes, they have a couple of animal stuff and everything, so it's cute. I do have a few that I'm like eyeballing and want to have, so yeah. Have it now finished with kitting up. So this is the entire color selection. These two are the ABs, that's why they also have like a different color of thing. Sticker, that's the word. So that's all nice. But yeah, so if you like this kit that you have been seeing here, again, it's like this one. I do believe if you go through the link that I will be linking, you most likely will see it like one of the top canvases. So far it looks really good, so I'm so curious to see like how good it will actually be. But it's absolutely stunning. No AI in the store, so in case you don't want that, you can have free range there. But yeah, so far, like everything I see, it's like really good. So I'm curious to see like how everything turns out. Yeah, with that all being said, I am going to leave it at this because I don't think I have much more to ramble on about. Yeah, the only thing I was just remembering is that Luna and Lucia are also both doing really well. I don't know how far I talked to you like in last times WIP and Chat. Like, I do believe they had like their regular appointment, but not their blood drawn or something. But Luna was a little bit too low in weight. She was just like 2.7 kilos. She's a tiny cat, but now she is thankfully up a little bit. So she's about 2,800 grams at this point in time. Like if I convert it to scales of the vet, because they are, yeah, all the scales have a little bit of wiggle. Yeah, she's now gaining a little bit more weight. She gets her wet food that she likes every day. She gets some treats and all the good stuff. So she's being a spoiled little old lady. Sadly for Lucia, she can't have as much treats as she wants because, yeah, she has a urinary diet. So, yeah. Sadly, there's not too many options available. Every now and then she gets her wet food, but not too often because she is the opposite of Luna. She is gaining weight. But yeah, Luna is also like 15 and a half years old and she is a Scottish Fold, so it is like really old for one of her breeds. She's also the one that has like the folded ears too. Basically like the maximum, they are almost like flat on her face. And yeah, the more the fold, the more health issues in general and the less likely they are to get old. So we must have done something right, because yeah, most of the times like the ones that have like only the tips of their ears folded, those are the ones that will reach the super old age of like around 15. For this breed that's super old, obviously it's not even close to the oldest cat alive according to the Guinness Book of Records, because I saw like this week that cat turned 30. But yeah, that's just a regular house cat. They most of the times can get older, even though that's still like extremely old. Yeah, Luna is now 15 and a half, so she's doing well. Considering her age, she is slowly starting to walk a little bit less. She's laying around a bit more. But look to the people that are like 90 plus. They are also not walking the fastest. At least most of them not. There are always exceptions on the rule. But yeah, she's doing fine so far. So we start off 2026 with happy and healthy cats, happy and healthy kids. We have like a lot of scheduled for our son like in the upcoming weeks. So that's all interesting. Daughter is doing well. Oh yeah, that's a big thing. I forgot. She has her B swimming diploma. Whoop whoop. So now it's basically like a test. The test that they have like with the diplomas is basically like what skill level they have. So if they have A, you can basically like have them in a simple pool with like no slides or anything, but you can trust them to be able to play a bit in the pool that's not too big. When they have B, like she has now, they are able to go in like a pool where they have little slides, a little bit of like the small rapids, like a little bit movement in water. You can trust them to be able to play there. Obviously, you still need to watch them. They are still kids, and when they have C, they can also go outdoors and like swim in a lake which doesn't have like a lot of movement water-wise and stuff like that. Yeah, and then afterwards you get into like the fancier swimming versions, and that you can also, yeah, do a lot more. So that's what our daughter is wanting to do. She is now actually tomorrow, so Wednesday evening, she is starting her swimming lessons for C, because she got it in the beginning of the vacation. But yeah, Christmas and New Year's were just the days that she has normally her swimming, so. But yeah, she now starts for C. Most likely it will take a couple of months for C, just because of the fact that her swimming school is not too terribly big, so they can not afford to have kids swim for the diplomas every month. So most of the times it's like every 3 or 4 months. So I am anticipating that most likely in April she will have her C and then be able to do the rest because she wants to swim a lot. She was fast. She was the fastest swimmer there, and there was like 3 kids that were B. Yeah, 3. And excuse me. And then 1 that was doing C. Excuse me. So they basically combined it because they were like, yeah, do an extra hour for another 1 kid that just needs to do a little bit more. They need also to swim with like a jacket on and everything, so it's not too terribly more exciting. From A to B was a bit more, but there were also more kids that swam for A, so I believe there were like 5 kids or something. But yeah, our daughter was the fastest swimmer in her group, so the teacher was already saying like she could also do like competition swimming and everything, but I don't think competition is something for her because she can't handle losing. But yeah, I am now going to leave it at this. Clean up the mess I made, because that's also something. Yeah, I will see you whenever I do another WIP and Chat. Most likely it will be next month. Also depending on how many views the channel gets and like if the channel starts picking up again. If it stays as slow as it has been the past couple of months, it might take me a bit longer. It might probably be like February something. Because yeah, filming everything and all for like 5 views, it's feeling kind of useless. So yeah, it's still like a big time that I'm being busy with it. So it's not that it's like press record and put it on YouTube and that's all. No, I need to put it from my phone to my laptop, put everything in there, like the intro, the outro, my watermark sort of kind of thing. Put it then into YouTube, thankfully I'm a lot of copy and paste if you haven't noticed, but like most of the times it's copy and paste for a lot of stuff, but still there needs to be done. Because this is a Kid Up and Chat, I do need to also make a new thumbnail and yeah, everything. So it's still a lot of work. I'm still like busy for a couple of hours with this, not fully busy. I can do stuff in the meantime, thankfully, when it's rendering, but it's not as easy as some people think it is. But yeah, with that all being said, I'm going to leave it at this. I wish you all, as I said, I'm going to wish you the best for this year, because it's still like the beginning of the year. I can still do this. As I said, I'm going to wish you the best for this year. A lot of craftiness, a lot of happiness, a lot of health, good health, and all the best that there possibly can be for you, your family, your pets, and all people and everything you care about. Plants for all I care. Because that's good if they do good as well. So, and yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all the fun YouTubey stuff. And if there's anything you want to tell me, ask me, or just let me know you watched the video by leaving an emoji, you can do that all in the comment section below this video. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For the rest, have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you in a next video. Bye!